Joining me now live virtually via Zoom to do some analysis of some of this top story is iBrand Senior Analyst Charles Frakuha. Charles, good morning. Many thanks for joining us on the program.
Good morning, Blessed. Thank you for having me.
Charles, I believe you've seen some of the top stories that are making rounds in the world of business today, and I believe you are also being worried by some of the stories and the headlines that we're seeing. But first, let's start off with this latest development that occurred yesterday in the country, the recent increase in the pump price of petrol. Charles, how does this come to you? Some weeks ago, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has come out to say that the price of petrol will go as high as 700 naira per litre. The reality is already staring at us in the face. What is your reaction to this, and what is the next phase forward?
Thank you very much, Blessed. Yes, we all expected it, but not as sudden as we are seeing it. I will tell you a personal experience. I was to go and pick up my wife from our clinic, and I said, okay, let me just get to the filling station and get some fuel. All I was told is 600 naira. I said, what's the problem? What happened? But yesterday, and unfortunately, there was no fuel. So they were even trying to offload.
Okay, we're trying to reconnect with Charles Frakuga as he gives us some insight into some of these, what I will regard to as disturbing news that Nigerians have been faced with in the country today. Charles was actually giving us his own expectation, or better still reaction to the development that occurred yesterday with the NNPCL hiking the price of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol. Charles, are you back now? Okay, let's take a short breather, and when we return, we'll try to reconnect with us and then look at some of these stories again. To stay with us, it's Business Breakfast on iBrandTV. Glad to have you join us again. It's still Business Breakfast on iBrandTV. We've reconnected with Charles Frakuha, iBrand Senior Analyst, as he do some analysis of some of the top business stories we're following at this time. Charles, you were telling us the story about your reaction towards the latest hike in the pump price of fuel yesterday. You can go ahead with your submission.
Though we have been told that the price will get to 700 naira per litre, but that's sudden. That it came so suddenly that even myself, as a senior analyst, I was aback because of my own personal experience. It is now selling at 630, 600 naira in first stack. All the filling stations we went. That was when we were now told that it has been increased officially. And of course, it's a real issue. It's affected so many other things. And that is why you can see that this morning, there is a lot of anger in the faces of Nigeria.
Okay, so the presidency has not come out. The presidency has not come out to say anything concerning this latest development. Nigerians are still yet to adjust to the reality of fuel subsidy removal, and now we are having an hike in the pump price of fuel. What should be the reaction from the federal government at this time, as we're yet to even get the palliative promise the ordinary Nigerians?
Yes, thank you very much. That is the issue on ground now. The authorities, that's the regulators in the oil and gas industry, they have told us it is the rise in the cost of crude in the international market. It's, of course, we know it's removal of the subsidy. That is already known. And they're telling us the floating of the naira against the dollar. These are all grammar when we are talking to the average Nigerian that will buy this commodity at this exorbitant rate. The cushion has not been given. It has not been prepared fully. And you are telling Nigerians are being told to buckle up and prepare themselves for this action. I think this is where the government needs to come in immediately. In fact, the increase, or as the increase is being done, though we are being told is market forces, but I expect that as early as possible this morning, the spokespersons for the government should not be to Nigerians and trying to alleviate their pain by saying very soon this palliative is coming, this is going to be done, that's going to be done. That is show concern should put some emotion, feel them, empathize with the average Nigerian. Let them know that you feel their pain and you also know what they are going through. The government now is keeping mute. They are telling us that palliative, they are going to review and all that. That is not good enough. There is an issue. Nigerians want our economy to improve. We want the quality of life of the average Nigerian to improve. If it is the sacrifice we have to make, Nigerians, but we need to be prepared. We need to be told. The government needs to some little bit of empathy to the average Nigerian. I expect the government spokesperson to be talking to us today.
All right, good one there, but let's switch our attention now to the next story, and still on the aftermath of the fuel subsidy removal, which we are currently being faced with in the country right now. Charles, the president has withhold his planned action of distributing 8,000 naira to 12 million households for the period of 6 months. Now, I'm going to ask you two in one question. The first one is, what is your reaction to this? And secondly, do you think that this administration is really serious for business, or they are just continuing in the woes of the past administration?
Yes, thank you very well, blessed. Yes, they will say they have listened to Nigerians. Nigerians have complained and said the 8,000 naira will not make any difference, and they are trying to review their strategy. Yes, that is good. We like that. Let them see how it can be done more efficiently and effectively. Yes, it's like if the government is still trying to show some of the signs and symptoms of the past government, not coming out openly. I have mentioned that for this government to move forward, transparency, trust must be their key word. You must now begin to build, to gain the trust and confidence of Nigerians. The average Nigerian out there does not have trust in any government policy or government measures any longer. And so for this government, they need to start to build that trust. Let their word be their bond. Let there be transparency in whatever thing they are saying. And if there are issues where they have said A in this occasion, and there is a need to change what they have said, then I think the government should come out quickly as possible and make it clear to the average Nigerian. Communication is key, because for Nigerians to have their trust. For now, average Nigerian does not have the trust of this government. So it's like we're beginning to see some of those signs and symptoms, which is not good for them. They're just barely 45 days in office.
Okay, for a country that is being faced with multi-dimensional poverty, the federal government is targeting just 12 million people out of the over 200 million population. That is the figure we have. We're yet to carry out a census to get the actual number of our population. Do you think targeting 12 million Nigerians is enough to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy impact on the citizens?
Capital no. You have just mentioned it. 133 million Nigerians in multi-dimensional poverty, and you are saying you want to send 8,000 naira for 6 months for just 12 million Nigerians. It is capital no. It will not make any difference. However, what are you going to use to determine this 12 million household? Like you have said, what census has been done? So again, it boils down again to trust and transparency. Trust and transparency should be the watchword. 8,000 naira for 6 months is not enough to cushion this hardship Nigerians are going through. That money can be channeled to other productive ventures that will benefit the majority of Nigerians. Look at the transportation system, which is the problem today. People like us cannot even use our cars to go where we want to go. We have to pack them because we will need 50,000 naira to fill your tank.